Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Pink and Purpose, where pink meets purpose, and we are writing our pink print one page at a time. We're doing this together right here on my pink sofa every week, 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, so don't miss it. Do me a favor, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new episode. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I am loving the energy that I'm getting. I am so appreciative of all of your comments, all of your encouragement. It takes a village, and y'all have become my village, and I love it, love it, love it. Keep it coming. Keep asking questions. I answer them on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever I see the questions, I answer them because y'all, I'm pretty much being an open book out here. I'm basically telling y'all my business and how I began my healing journey, why I began my healing journey, and what it took for me to really get to the place where I'm like, okay, you know what? I got to be the best version of myself, no matter how long it takes, no matter what it takes, no matter what it looks like. Because now that I'm 40, I don't have a lot of time to be playing. Like, I'm auntie out here now, y'all, and I am serious about chasing my purpose, finding my purpose, learning everything that it is to know about why I was placed here. That is so important to me. And because that's so important to me, I put that first. I put my healing first. I put my peace first. But it wasn't always like that, y'all. I was chasing something, but it wasn't my purpose and peace. I don't know what it was, child, but I was chasing it. And I found it. I hit rock bottom in 2024. I lost everything. I lost my family. I lost, my peace. I lost my understanding. I lost the world, it felt like, because I was in a place where I was not ready to receive the blessings that God was putting in my life. So I decided that that wasn't going to be my forever. My forever is my purpose. I have been working on this podcast since 6 weeks before my birthday. And I'm excited to say that this is episode 11. Y'all, I've been working, okay? I've been healing. 11 weeks of healing. That's big for me, y'all, because at one point, I didn't see anything wrong. I didn't see myself needing to change. I didn't see myself needing to fix the things that were deeply rooted and hurting me inside. But now, every little thing, I'd be like, did I step? I stepped too hard. Let me figure out what part of my healing journey this is. Let me figure out what test this is that I need to pass. Y'all, I'll be out here looking for tests just to pass them because I know that when I get to the other side of becoming the best version of myself, all of this is going to be worth it. Everything that I'm working toward is going to show. And I'm going to be able to help women just like me because that's the goal, to represent God in a way that not to force religion down people's throat, but to showcase the God that brought me through. That said, look, you're special enough. I created you different, beautifully designed, so that you can go out here and spread the word and show others how amazing I am through your life. That's important to me. If I don't do anything else on this world, y'all gonna know the God I serve based off my journey, my purpose, my healing, the mistakes I made. I'm sharing them, not because I just want to sit on social media and gossip. No, I'm sharing them because I am hoping that something that I did, you don't have to do. Something that I messed up on, you don't have to mess up on. I'm giving you the pink print of my journey, of my healing, so that you can rewind this over and over again and figure out where you can join the movement of becoming the best version of yourself. Maybe we have similar things that we made mistakes on. Maybe we have similar healing journeys. Maybe we have similar thought processes. I don't know, but I feel as though I need to be on here sharing the formula of what I'm doing to become the best version of myself. If we all were like that, I feel like the world would be so much better. But y'all, we get so stuck in keeping information, holding on to something, not wanting to let nobody steal it, not wanting nobody to know what we're doing. Why? Why are we doing that? It is enough journeys out here for us to all be on the same wavelength. We're trying to become the best version of ourselves. That's how I feel. I've been reading this book, and forgive me if I mess up the name, but it is The Importance of Being Led, I think. Y'all, it is a game changer. A lot of us do not understand how important it is to know our role in society. We think that being led, submitting, letting our partner tell us what to do means we're weak. But if we truly knew our role as a woman, as a girlfriend, as a wife, and we played them, and the men played their roles, y'all, we would be in a place where things would be so smooth. Because as women, we were not created to carry the burden of men. And when we out here trying to do it, and when we out here trying to be independent and that superwoman where we feel like we can do it, if men can do it, we can do it, we're hurting ourselves because God didn't create us to have to carry such a heavy load. We were made soft, sensual, fragile. We were made to be the softer side of man, woman. We were made to nurture, to love, to care for, to cater to. That is what our role is and will always be. We've changed it up. I mean, society has shown us that women can be head of and all of that. Yeah, that's cool. And you may have to be. I'm not saying if your circumstance doesn't lead you to have to be head of household or the leader or the one in charge in your home. Hey, if that's what you have to do, then sis, I commend you. Do what you got to do. But if you don't have to do that and you have someone that is willing to take that burden off of you, enjoy being a woman. Like, it is a privilege. I love being a woman for the simple fact that there are things that I don't want to have to worry about. And being in that role and reading this book and understanding, learning my role because I didn't always know it, it is shaping me and showing me that I appreciate who God created me to be. Making emotional decisions have always led me to a place where I wish that I had been thinking more logical, or I would have listened to my spouse, done things in a way that didn't cause me as much pain, suffering, and delays in what's for me. I understand that now, that that wasn't meant for me to do those things. And when you have to be forced in a role that you're not ready for, what happens when you take a job that you're not trained to do? Yeah, it can be learned behavior. Yeah, you can learn it, you can do it. But in the beginning or for a while, you are failing that job miserably because you don't know what you're doing. You have no experience. None. What if men tried to train to have babies? What would that look like? That would be crazy. I mean, maybe some do it and they want to do it, but I can't see a man wanting to, okay, I got to learn how to carry a baby. I need to learn how to nurture, love, be emotional for that child because that is what I need to be doing. Can y'all imagine? What do you call them when y'all see them doing all that? I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm saying why do it? If you have a man right next to you and you have a heavy behind case of water, a pack of 40 water from Kroger or Publix, y'all know what I'm talking about, and he's standing right there, you telling me you want to be the one to pick that thing up and carry it up 3 flights of stairs, no, you want him to do it. It's like we understand their roles and we push them to it when it's convenient. But when it comes time to actually understand what we're supposed to be doing as women, we don't want to do that for some reason. Now, I'm not saying there aren't men out there who allow you to be head of or take care of them or take control because maybe they don't know their role and they don't want to do what it is that they're supposed to do. Then maybe that's not the relationship for you. And there are some relationships where that works. Hey, he want to be the beta male. He want to be the one told what to do. He want to be the house husband. I'm not saying that doesn't happen or that's not what you should be doing. If that, to each his own. I'm not here to judge, but you can never truly be what you are called to be if you don't understand what that looks like. Now, don't get me wrong, I can hold some things down. Like, we are, as women, supposed to be able to hold a household down, um, run things in a way, especially if our men step away. You know, we do need to be able to do some things that don't require him. So I'm not saying to just be somebody that can't do anything for yourself. Y'all, I'm not speaking from a place of I'm perfect. Remember, I always tell you, I'm here talking because I have done the complete opposite of what I'm saying. I did not let anyone lead me, let alone my husband or anybody like that, because I didn't trust. I didn't trust that you could have me and make sure that I'm good. I felt like as long as I'm in control of my life, I'm not going to fall. I'm not going to fail. The minute I let you do it, it's going to go left. So I struggled with decisions. He would say something and I'd be like, but I want to do this. And it's like, we're never going to get anywhere if you keep fighting me. I didn't care. I was like, well, you want this house? I want just a little bit bigger house. I mean, it's only this much more. I mean, always interfering in what he's doing, what he wanted to do. We're meant to lead the things that we are good at. He didn't come in my kitchen trying to tell me how much seasoning to use and how I should cook this and how I should cook that. He didn't do that. He didn't send me books on what to do unless I ask. If I say I need an idea or, oh, do you have an idea with this? He would then participate and say, okay, you should do this. But he didn't come in there rearranging my seasonings and telling me, you put too much. Start over. I don't want that. But I did. I was like, I know you said this the car I should get, but I really want this one. You know, I remember one time going to a car dealership, y'all. I used to love Nissan Maximas. Like, for some reason, that was my car. I wanted a Nissan Maxima so bad. Ever since I had a 2004 Nissan Maxima Pearl with the sunroof, I love those cars. At one point, I did. I've moved on now. I love other things now. But at that time, I wanted a Max so bad. So I remember him telling me, no, you don't need to do that. That's expensive. You know, get something practical for now. You know, get you a car later, save up some money and buy what you really want. Went to a dealership. Don't know why I did that. And why this man, now he didn't pull out the Maxima because at the time it was just way too expensive. But when he pulled out that brand new Altima 2020, I'll never forget it. And it was brand new, 6 miles on it. The huge screen. It wasn't the Maxima, but he called it the Baby Max. Oh my God, I fell in love. My husband was like, don't do it. He came with the price. He was like, don't do it. And I was like, but I want it. The man gave me the keys. He said, sit in it. They know what they're doing. I sat in that car. I was like, this is me. It's not the Maxima, but this is me. I'll take it. Against what my husband was saying, I was like, I'll take it. Y'all, that was a huge mistake. That was stupid. So much interest on that thing. I'm talking about I was going to be paying for that thing still today. And that was in 2019. Oh, it was a 2020. I had to have it. And I did get it. He didn't force stop me. He told me he don't recommend it. He didn't force me because I was stubborn, y'all. Bullheaded. I wanted it. I work hard. This is what I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to take care of it. When I tell you I got that car, not even 3 months later, the pandemic hit and I ain't had no job no more. But I was on the hook for this car note, brand new. Like, I was sick. I was sick. I was like, oh my God. This before we knew, like, okay, we get unemployment. Okay, we're going to get some funds. We didn't know nothing. We know that the pandemic hit and everybody lost their job. That was crazy. Yet and still, I had to make that decision on my own. I didn't listen. Despite what I felt, despite everything that I think now, hindsight 2020, I did not listen. I did not submit to what my husband was telling me to do. And because of it, I faced a lot of challenges. Now, of course, even though I didn't do what I was supposed to do, even though I didn't listen. He still operated in love. He said, you know what, I'm going to take over. I'll take this car. He went and bought me, I think he went and bought me a Nissan Murano. I loved it. You would have thought that I didn't even care about that 2020 no more. It was so grand and beautiful with the bow on it. So once I got that Murano, I ain't think nothing else of that car no more. I love the Nissan Murano. And the best part, it was paid off. He bought it for me cash. And I ain't had no car note. We wouldn't have been in the mess of him having to take that over. He already had a car, and he took that over to take over the note because I didn't have a job anymore. So I didn't want to pay for it. God saved us from that situation because I think what happened, he got in an accident. Somebody hit him. It wasn't his fault, but they hit him to a place where it totaled out and paid off the car. So we was out of that. Thank God. Not that he was in an accident, but he wasn't hurt. However, we got out of that situation. And you would think I learned my lesson about just not listening and no, I still did stuff along the years. So we'll get into that later. But that was just one example of why we shouldn't be head of in some areas. Now, I'm not saying all women would have made that decision. Kudos to you. If you would have walked away and you said, you know, I wouldn't have did that, I would have, hey, that's not where you were, and that is amazing. But that's where I was. And I'm sure there's other people out here that was like where I was as well. In a place where you want what you want, you know, the world tricks you. You work hard, you should spend your money how you want to do it. But understand that when you're being emotional, when there are things you want to do as a woman, men, they don't think the same way we think. They don't stop and do the things that we do. In most cases, they have to think way beyond the present moment. That's their role. That's their job. And a lot of times we don't know that because they make it look easy, or they don't talk about it, or they don't complain. But it doesn't mean they're not always thinking, constantly trying to make plans. You know, little did I know, he was trying to really get us out of debt, really have us have paid off cars so we won't have so many bills. And here I am creating more bills because I had to have something shiny that now I look back 2026, I, I have that same car in white now, and I'm just like, why do I like this so much? I don't even care for the car no more. I don't even care for cars like that anymore. I have that, and now I have an SUV. I'm an SUV girly. I like bigger cars. So I say that to say my emotions changed. My emotions changed over the years. So that thing I thought I had to have right then don't even matter to me no more because I was making an emotional decision. I wasn't thinking beyond the moment. And that's why me personally, I need someone to lead me. I'm better now. Oh, child, I'm better, way better now. I think a lot more through things, and all of my experiences help me to see that the decisions that I make, they matter for the future. So I wouldn't do a lot of those same things now. Now that I'm 40, I would like to think and feel like I'm way more mature. And I am. There's a lot of things that logically it kicks in as I heal. But back then, that was the primary reason. Things like that were the exact reason as to why I didn't need to be leading a household. I'm not ashamed of it. I learned from it. These experiences helped me to see that you've got to think through your decisions because where you end up is your choice based off of the decisions you make. What I end up doing in the future is going to be based off the decisions I make right now. And having these babies watching me, having my kids that I have to be an example for, I definitely double take and I definitely stop and think about the decisions that I'm making because it's going to affect them. It's my duty to be the example that I want my girls to see. I want them to see smart decisions. I want them to see emotion with a balance of logic. Emotional decision was saying, nah, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to live my life the way I want it. Logically, I'm saying now, God designed things the way that they should be. I understand my weaknesses. I understand my strengths. And it's okay to acknowledge those things and get the help you need to be the best version of yourself. If you have a significant other that complements your growth, then why fight it? Why fight the role? Let it be. That was the hardest thing for me to do. There were things that he would say that he needed to grow in leadership. But for the most part, I was scarred from relationships in the past that I should have never been in. I shouldn't have been in those relationships in the first place. But because I was in them and I was following behind the man that I was with at the time, and he led me right off of a cliff, not literally, like metaphorically speaking. Our life went downhill. I then adopted the fact that all men lead this way, and I'm not gonna let them do it. I'm gonna keep a backup plan just in case this go left. I'm gonna keep a escape route just in case I got to get up out of here, because I'm not letting nobody do this to me again. Well, shame on me for choosing that as my leadership when I saw that they couldn't even lead themselves. How you gonna lead me? You can't lead yourself. Where they do that at? I don't know. How am I gonna expect you to teach me how to ride a bike and you ain't never been on one? That sounds crazy. We all know. But hindsight and looking back, you don't know until you know. You may have to bump your head or go through some things to figure out and learn the things that you need to learn. It's a process. Go through it. Don't try to go around it or under it or above it. Go through it. Because I promise you, y'all, I have a peace, a happiness, and a joy inside of me right now that I never thought I'd know. You would think that everything is so perfect in my world. Oh, no, it's not. I still have things that I'm working on. I still have things that I would like to get better, but I'm further now than I was before. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Y'all, I'm so excited about our women's group that we have. We are learning about growth. We are learning about how to apply it and what to do. Speaking of which, I gotta do my homework. I didn't do my growth plan. Oh, shame on me. See, I told y'all sometimes I be like forgetting to do things and procrastinating and waiting to the last minute when I don't need to be doing that. So I'm gonna work on that tonight. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna get it done tonight. But y'all, we are meeting twice a week. We're gonna do Zoom and we're gonna do in person. I love the in person the best because when I tell y'all, I know how to throw a gathering. I know how to put some hors d'oeuvres together and make it cute and spicy and make it look like I should really look into coordinating or catering little events. I really need to look into that. I found out that that's one of my talents. I didn't see it as a talent. I didn't see it as a gift because it was just something I did. But when the ladies recognized it and they complimented it and I looked back at it and I looked at all the other things, because I didn't really take pictures of stuff. I would just do stuff. So I didn't have memories of it or I didn't look at it. But y'all, when I took a little video and I looked back at it, I was like, I really could do this. This is just another thing to add to my belt. But I never took the time to think about it. I never took the time to recognize those things because I was too busy worrying about what I couldn't do and what I wasn't good at. Woe is me. What am I good at? What am I good for? These are the things I used to ask myself. Now, I can't stop telling myself all the things that I'm good for. I keep naming them. I got so many talents, and I feel like I learn a new one every single day. There are decisions that I could make that could be a lot better, and I'm working on it. But for the most part, y'all, I am her. I am becoming her, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about becoming her. And now that I'm 40, that is all that matters to me is my peace, my happiness, my joy, and the examples that I'm setting. Have y'all ever been in a place where you look back at your life and you like, I don't recognize that person? I was watching something on TikTok and this lady was saying that why do y'all think that people call wine and liquor spirits? Did y'all know or do y'all believe that when you are drinking or when you've gotten to a place where you are not in your right mind or you are so drunk that sometimes things jump into you or your spirit and cause you to be something else? That's why the next day you can't even remember what you did. We allow those spirits in when we do stuff like that. I didn't realize that. And yes, now I'm going to go research that more and more because I've had moments back in the day where I did drink it to the point where I woke up and don't remember nothing. But I would have done some stupid or crazy or something bad. I heard that and I was just like, that makes so much sense. I was just curious to know if y'all heard of anything like that, or if that's something that you believe, or maybe you don't believe it. But I was so shocked to hear that. This world is a battlefield. You gotta fight to make sure you stay on the right side of things. I know I do. I know that I have to make sure, like, I really run from things that I feel like is gonna slow down my healing, slow down my growth. I don't have time for it. I don't have time to go backwards. I don't. And it's important to me that I live the life that I would want my kids to live. I want to do the things that I'm proud of, because I want them to be proud. I want them to learn. I want them to figure out the formula to being the best versions of themselves early. I don't want to promote holding things in, not healing, traumatizing yourself. So where you get older, all of these things carry over. If they can figure it out now, become the best versions of themselves now, it'll be so much easier in their adult life. Things will become so light for them. They won't be carrying anything heavy if we start now. That's my belief. And because of that belief, it has taken me to new heights, to understanding myself in ways I never thought that I would. And I'm so grateful for that. There are things that I wish that I would have done better. There are things that I wish that I would have understood sooner. But I now believe, and since I don't control anything, that's the problem I used to have. I used to want to control everything. If I couldn't control it, I was stressed. I was tense. I was in my feelings. But now I'm learning to let it flow, because I truly believe 100% that God got me, and whatever is meant for me is going to happen for me. And I don't have to worry or stress or beg, borrow, steal, none of that to get it. It's going to just come as long as I'm in position to receive the things that are meant for me. If I'm not in position for it, I'm not getting it. And I am finally at the place where I understand that, and I'm okay with that. As long as I'm putting my best foot forward, I can't fail. I may bend, but I'll never break again. I broke, but I'll never break again, because I know better. And when you know better, y'all know what I'm about to say, you do better. And now that I'm 40, I'm out here teaching the lessons, and I'm excited. I'm cool with my role. I'm cool with who I am. I'm cool with what I'm doing now. I am confident that if my girls go out here and mimic me, they're going to mimic something great. If they go out here and do what I'm doing, oh, they're going to be the bomb. Do they even say that anymore, the bomb? That was so old of me. I didn't mean to say it like that. But too late. They are going to be the truth if they go out here and mimic me. And that's the goal I'm shooting for. That's what my purpose is in this world, is to leave my mark and to show off the things that I've learned. I really believe in women's support groups. I really believe in living this life and sharing this journey with others. Bottom line, don't let anyone stop you from writing your pink print, becoming the best version of yourself, because it's detrimental to your health, to your healing, to what you could be doing on the other side of your trauma, on the other side of your pain. I decided to turn my pain into purpose. Oh, it's a lot of pain. Trust me. I'm healing from a lot of stuff still. But at the end of this rainbow, my purpose is going to be so evident. And I'm so excited about that. But that's all I have for today. Other than y'all encourage me to continue to work on consistency and procrastination, because procrastination is the biggest one. I take forever to do the things, and it's not good, because when I'm rushing, I mess things up. So y'all, I'm working on it. But in the meantime, I'm doing this my way. I'm doing it God's way. But I'm always adding that pink sass. Until next week, y'all.